Hey and welcome to another video on my channel. Today, as you can see on the title, we're going to talk about how to get into these different games like Rainbow, League, Overwatch, Valorant, and so on. They all have something in common, actually lots of things in common, and even though they're all different games, I'll explain to you how to get into each of these games one by one. It's a very similar approach, and once you watch this video, I think it'll help you a lot, especially since if you're only getting into these games for the first time. Oh, before I get into the details, let me start by saying, obviously, if you liked the video, by the end of the video, feel free to like or dislike. If you didn't like it, obviously, put in the comments what you think I did nicely, or where you agree, where you think, yeah, that's about right, or where you think that's dog shit, you could have explained that better, and so on. And if you really enjoy it, or enjoy my content in general, feel free to subscribe. It's going to help me a lot for the future, since I'm going to go into different directions with my content. I'm going to try a lot of things, but obviously that's for another video. Now let's just get into the point. I don't want to waste too much time. So, how to approach these games? It's very simple. First, you have to acknowledge what is so similar about these games. All of these games have different heroes, operators, champions, whatever you want to call them, characters that you have to learn, where each champion or hero character has different abilities, okay? Now, some of these games have an additional difficulty, which is learning the maps, which is mostly shooters, right? Like in League, there's one map only. But we'll get into that in a bit. First, talking about the characters. How do you learn all of these characters? In League, there's like 180 plus, okay? In Rainbow, I think it's like 60, 70, 80, something like that. Valorant has like 30 to, I think 30 roughly. Overwatch, similar numbers. And you might think that's a lot. Do I have to make a list? Do I have to watch videos about each character, see what they do, try to learn it as if I'm studying a subject on school? No, it's very simple, okay? You have to go into the game with an open mind, okay? You have to, every game you go into, you have to think in your head, I'm going into this game, I'll probably lose. If I win, that's nice, but it's a lose, okay? It's 100% gonna be a lose. Why? You're not gonna go to play to win, okay? You're playing to learn. That's a big difference. Whenever you play to win in a shooter, you can just camp a corner, not learn anything about the game, and just play it safe. Same for a League, you can just farm under your turret, do nothing else, and just play it safe. Now, when you play to learn, you go into each confrontation with the enemies, knowing that you could have played it safe, but you're going in aggressively to learn. You know, you learn by doing it. You die, it's fine. You learn that, okay, if I go this close and he attacks me, that's why I die. If I peek this corner, which is dangerous, that's why I die. When I peek it, there's two windows. Okay, there's someone there, right? That's how you learn with your specific character that you play. It's important that you play one character in the beginning, okay? Until you feel comfortable with that character. So that whenever you see the character, you remember, okay, this character does that. I played him, I know what he does, right? I know what his strengths are, I know what his weaknesses are, because when you play him, you'll obviously learn where you're weak, where you're strong. So that's obviously your enemy is going to try to do the same thing that you do whenever they play your character. So that's one character already learned, okay? Whenever you do that, you can switch to the next character. Same thing again. Very slowly, just get into it. You know, test your limits. If you die, it's alright. It's part of the game, right? You'll understand whenever like multiple weeks have passed, you will see, okay, I know like 10 characters already. How to do everything with these characters. Passively, you'll also learn different maps. Small note to the maps, because it's not as big of a point as the character point, but it does matter for games like Rainbow a lot, Siege, or CS, Valorant, whatever. Maps do matter a lot, yes, or even Overwatch. I'll start with Rainbow because it's a very specific scenario for that game. What helped me a lot, I'm still learning by the way, but what helps me a lot in Rainbow or Siege, whatever you want to call it, whenever you go into different maps, try to spawn on the same location every single time. There's always 3 different spawns, choose the same one. Why? Whenever you spawn in that specific location in the same one over and over again, let's say it's called pools or construction site, right? You will learn every window of that spawn, where it leads to, what it does, where the cameras are outside, everything, okay? Once you feel very comfortable with that spawn, you will know the maps just by looking at the spawn locations. You'll see, okay, wait, I always spawn there, it's that map. Whenever you're very comfortable with that spawn, you can go to the next one, learn it again. That way, over time, you'll learn all of the 3 spots and you'll have the map in your head 100%. Trust me. That's like, in my opinion, the most fun way to learn, by the way. Just by playing the game, not looking at thousands of guides, reading thousands of articles, asking thousands of people on how to do things. It's more fun to just learn it on your own like that. Especially if you don't want it to feel like work, you know? It's just fun. Now, let's ignore Rainbow for a sec, or Siege. Valorant, Overwatch, CS, very simple. It's way easier to learn those maps because you always spawn in the same spot. It's only attacker or defender. It's always the same. And you just can easily either go left every single time, see what the left side of the map looks like whenever you died or killed people a million times over there and you feel comfortable on the left side. Go down middle, die even more because middle is in every game the most obviously dangerous spot. Learn that and then go right side. Learn that side as well. Easy, map done. That's how you do it. Even go to some dumb windows. Whenever people don't tell you don't go there, you'll die. It's fine. Just go there and die and see why you shouldn't go there. So that whenever you walk past that spot, you'll remember, okay, I died there. Maybe there's some beginner, and you'll instantly like peek, check it out. Okay, it's empty. Go next, right? You'll still like know every corner of the map, which is very important. No, final point. Let's go back to the characters. Like I said, League has 180 characters. League is a very specific situation where I would also recommend ARAM, the game mode, because it's a rotation. You play a character every single time, like a different one, and you remember them just like that. It helps way more. Now, why I think on games like Valorant and Rainbow, it's harder to learn characters than in League, simply because in League you win by using your abilities. So you extinguish each character way more easily, okay? Why is that? On Rainbow or Valorant, Overwatch not so much, Rainbow and Valorant, Overwatch is closer to League. In those games, you can just win by having good aim and not really using ability. And that way, a lot of games, you will just forget that you actually played that character. So it didn't really help you learn the character more, it just, I guess, was aim training, that game. So you have to force yourself to use your abilities to actually learn your advantage whenever you're using your character. Which is, you know, you have to actively think about doing that. In League and Overwatch, it's more like natural. You have to, otherwise you can't win. It's impossible. Alright, I just got called for work, by the way. I forgot where I was at, okay? I was probably like on some big rant. I was like feeling it, okay? Anyways, it's fine. I was talking about characters, why Overwatch and League are like way more, like, you know, why it's easier to learn characters over there since you use the abilities way more to win. Now, like I said, these are my personal recommendations on things that you have to pay attention to learn all of these games. I might make specific videos for each of these games and add a few games to this list as well, where I think it's a similar approach. And that way, I think I'll have a good collection of guides to help you get into these games. Next game, by the way, Marvel Rivals in a day. That it's going to be the same thing over there. If you're like interested in learning that game in particular, look at my guide that I'm giving you right now and try to keep that in mind whenever you play the game. Especially, okay, it's different if you like want to go high, fast, win, try hard, easily rank 1 without wasting time. But my guide is like a casual approach to these things, okay? Anyways, I'm like giving you this guide to show you that your main focus in the end is going to be having fun, not treating it as like work or, you know. Another thing that you have that's like a core. It's a chore. It's not. Okay, I was just struggling with the word for a sec. Give me a sec. Okay, you gotta excuse me for that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to like or dislike. Like I said in the beginning, comments for anything that you think about the video. I love reading those on every video I get. Feel free to subscribe, like I said. We'll see how this goes. And yeah, in the background I'm playing Persona 4 Lo-fi music, just so you know. And that's it. Thanks for watching again. We'll see each other again, maybe one day. Who knows? Until then, bye. Goodbye. That's the button.